What's going on, everybody? It's Nick Payne with Facemask Fantasy, reacting to a rumor surfacing from Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio. Saints running back Alvin Kamara is reportedly bracing to be suspended by the NFL for a minimum of 6 games following an incident in Las Vegas during Pro Bowl weekend. Kamara faces felony battery charges and has a hearing set for August 1st. The league isn't likely to issue any form of punishment until the legal process plays out, but if this report has any legitimate legs, there doesn't seem to be much optimism that Kamara will avoid a suspension. If Kamara is forced to miss time, the Saints depth chart currently lists Mark Ingram, Tony Jones Jr., and Dwayne Washington as the backups respectively. Ingram is 32 and last year averaged less than 4 yards per carry for the first time since 2012. It's fair to speculate that he'd get the bulk of work in Kamara's absence, but it's equally fair to speculate that he may be losing a step as an 11-year veteran at the running back position. Jones Jr. is only 24, but has 57 career carries for 155 yards, good for an average of 2.7 yards per carry. That's just not going to cut it. Washington is a career backup with the Lions and Saints. He has 2 seasons with more than 150 rushing yards, one of which came his rookie year in 2016 when he totaled 90 carries for 265 yards, good for an average of 2.9 yards per carry. Suffice to say, this backfield leaves a lot to be desired if Kamara isn't available. There is one player, though, not currently listed on the depth chart, who seemingly would have plenty of opportunity to make a name for himself in training camp and the preseason. Baylor running back Abram Smith signed with New Orleans as an undrafted free agent after the NFL draft. What's noteworthy about Smith is that the team gave him the most lucrative contract of any undrafted free agent this year. Smith signed a 3-year deal worth a little over $2.5 million. Only $222,000 of that is guaranteed, but nonetheless, it's still fair to note the most lucrative contract of its kind. So who is Abram Smith? And if Kamara is forced to miss time, can he contribute in this Saints offense? As I mentioned, Smith comes from Baylor, joining the Bears after setting his high school record for rushing yards over his 4 years. It took him a bit to get his opportunity in college, though. He redshirted his freshman season and spent the next 2 years mostly playing special teams. In 2020, the team asked Smith to convert to linebacker before he finally got to play running back full-time in 2021, and he took full advantage once he got the job. This past season, Smith ran 257 times for 1,601 rushing yards and 12 touchdowns. He added 13 catches for 75 yards, so not much of a contribution in the passing game, but still very impressive numbers on the ground that were good enough to land him second-team All-Big 12 honors. And for what it's worth, the 2 backs who received first-team honors, Breece Hall and Bijan Robinson, the highest touted running backs of the 2022 and 2023 classes, respectively. Pretty good company. Smith didn't exactly grade well at the combine, though, and his workout metrics don't pop off the page. Still, at 5'11 and weighing about 220 pounds, Smith is a big body who has the chance to be a bruiser at the position. Having a stint at linebacker would also support that. He's not flashy, but he might not need to be if the Saints are just looking for young, fresh legs to help churn out some yards in short yardage situations, or spell Ingram while Kamara is out. He might not be very helpful catching the ball out of the backfield just based on his limited track record there, so we're not talking about significant fantasy appeal. But if Smith is able to hold his own in pass protection, he'll have every chance to earn snaps. He's not on redraft radars just yet, but he should be on every taxi squad in every dynasty league right now. And if you play best ball, scoop him at the end of your drafts where there is 0 risk. Smith has an uphill battle to contribute in any way, but this is hardly a deep running back room in New Orleans. Take a flyer on him in the event that Kamara's suspension comes to fruition. It's a seemingly wide-open competition for the 3rd running back spot on this team. That's a quick breakdown and analysis of Abram Smith's potential contributions this year in light of Kamara's potential suspension. What do you guys think? Put any thoughts you have in the comment section below, and we can have a conversation about this. We also host live streams on our channel each Tuesday and Thursday, all off-season long, at 6 p.m. Eastern. Come hang out, come get any questions answered you may have, or feel free to bring up any general fantasy topics you wish to discuss. Till then, this is Nick with Facemask Fantasy. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.